One. Hey,
Hello.
good evening, good evening. Happy Tuesday.
Tuesday,
Thank you
right?
for
Tuesday,
tuning in
Tuesday.
to Pillow Talk with the Tea. I'm Qua.
I'm Aunyea.
You.
And I'm Ashley.
Yes, thanks for tuning in us. We're going to have a great show. We're going to have a good night. And as you guys could see, that we actually have additional co-hosts added to the addition to the family. Aunyea, my sister.
Hey y'all. I told y'all gonna see more of me. Look at God.
So I can give the people a little bit, about you. They probably like, who is this additional face? Because we so used to seeing this quiet ass. Who is this lady? Who is this girl?
Right. So my name is Aunyea, as you guys, heard. I am 24. I live in Pennsylvania. I am Kwame's sister. What else? I am a entrepreneur. I'm just now starting to get into the beauty services. I'm now a co-host podcaster. So I have so much that I'm building up for myself. I'm trying to reach a certain goal before I turn 25 in a couple months. So I'm just so excited to be here connecting with you all. I really appreciate Kwame for giving me this opportunity. And I definitely look forward to hearing from y'all. And I told y'all this was not going to be the last y'all heard of me. So stay tuned, honey
Yes,
buns.
yes. So I'm definitely glad that we actually added you to addition to the family. So listen, we're gonna have an amazing night. We're gonna enjoy this night. And as you guys can see what the title of the show is, how can you tell a good man or woman? Listen, it's going about to be fulfilled and popping up on here. And just want to have for full disclosure, I would like to always say at the beginning of the show that we are candid, uncut, raw, straight to the point, not what you want, but what you need. And it may be some profanity. So this is not for the young generation, but if you're grown enough to watch it, it's up to you and to your parents' discretion. So,
Don't be having your mamas messaging us about some my son or my daughter. Honey, don't do it. Don't do it. Keep your kids off the things now.
so let me tune in with Ash. Ash, what you doing? How you doing over there? I like the show tonight.
Oh, thank you. I'm fine. Everything's great. Been going good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I can't complain. Listen, it's about to be amazing Tuesday. Listen.
Okay, we're going to end this
So,
night off good.
yes. So you guys ready to get into this?
Yes, let's get to it, honey. Get into it.
Yes, so as you guys could see, that basically the topic is how can you tell a good man or woman?
Mm-hmm.
So how can women or either how can women tell a good woman or man, and how can men tell a good woman? Like how can they? Like honestly, like I have my technique of how you know you could tell a good man, someone that's respectful, someone that puts you that prioritize you, someone
Mm-hmm.
that's kind to you, someone that follows through to what they're gonna say,
Yep.
someone that's going to accept you for who you are, and that's not going to change or try to change you in no type of way because they love you with all the flaws, the bullshit inside and out, physically, mentally, and spiritually.
Mm-hmm.
Someone that's going to encourage you.
Yeah.
Listen, I got a list. I can keep going. Like
Yes. Yes.
someone that's an active listener, someone that's basically that's going to build, that's action. Their actions actually going to build trust, and they're
Yep.
going to actually show that the honesty towards you. Someone that's going to make you feel love. Like even though you don't need them to love you or whatever, but to make you feel love, we all need it. You know.
Yes. Yes.
And so those, I listen. I got more. I can keep going. So
Right. See, for me, okay, now for me, I would say, like you said, definitely someone who shows interest in you, who cares for you, who nourishes you, who appreciates you, values you. And then I just feel like, but see now, here's the thing now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because we got to talk about this part because people put on fronts. When you first
Oh,
start talking to people, they put on that front like they all these great things and they this good person and they have the best interest for you and they got all these good feelings about you in their heart. But soon as you actually starting to get to know that person and get involved in that person and you see their true colors, it be completely different. Like it be not, they don't be who they say they were or who they presented themselves to be. So I feel like it definitely starts off as how the person is. But at the same
Mm-hmm.
time, I feel like at times, depending on the situation, of course, you can't you can't keep those standards for that person. You get what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? You have to open up your standards for the what ifs or the
Yeah.
just in case or for
Mm-hmm.
whatever happens. And I feel like that's a lot of one reason as to why a lot of relationships fail, a lot of friendships fail because people change. Either something in somebody's life happened to them to
Yeah.
the point where they're now a different person than from when you met them or from when you
Mm-hmm.
first started talking to them, or they just one day wake up and say I'm gonna be a different person. Like people change on the daily. So I feel like, yes, you should definitely look for those traits to tell them whether that person is good or not, but you shouldn't always hold those traits or hold that person accountable for those traits.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Absolutely. So what about you, Ash? Like, how can you actually tell the good man?
um, I can tell. A lot of times, I can tell if he's a good man by a man who inspires me. A lot. I would look at some of the things he do, some of his traits as a man, his if good upbringing, someone who can inspire me in different ways. Like they'll push me and say, "Well, go for that job that you really want," or "Go ahead and move to that other state." Someone who support me, and that's not going to quote anything with me. Just to be on my side, whether I'm right or wrong.
Yep.
So somebody who I think someone who I can look up to as a man and be like, wow, he really some also someone who supports me
Yes.
well as inspiring me. Um, I think that's one of my main two. Oh, he has to make me feel safe and secure. Like
Hmm.
he
Come on
has,
now.
you know what? Point blank, period. He got to make me feel secure. A man who can't make me feel like I'm secure in my spot and who I am,
It's
mm,
not gonna work.
yeah, it's not going to work for me.
Yeah.
And he has to. I'm the type of person that you have to keep reassuring me. You
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
tell me
Hmm.
Mm.
twice something.
Yes.
I need to be reassured. So as long
Yes.
as you inspire me and you
Yeah.
can secure me in my spot and make me feel like I'm that superwoman for you, then
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
you're a good man. And I just love when a man asks me how my kids doing, how the kids doing, how they
Yeah.
doing,
Right.
how they doing.
But see, when you say that, for them to genuinely, authentically ask that question. Don't
Right.
ask that question because
Right.
you
Just
know
to
that
build
the profile
conversation.
of a mother, and
Right.
you know that you touch that spot, it's gonna make her glitter and jiggle and glitter and feel some type of way.
Hmm.
Actually, be authentic about that part because
Right.
I have to say that. I'm sorry because men would ask, but are you truly really asking because you care?
Right.
Or are you
Or you
asking
just trying to
because
get
you're
in my
trying to touch
pants?
that
But
spot because you know that's her spot?
Right.
you can kind of tell the ones who's genuine about it because that becomes consistent. A person who just trying to get in your pants or he want to come fuck you every weekend or whatever the case may be, he probably asked you that once or twice and you never heard him say this ever again. Like,
Mm-hmm.
but another guy, like he's genuine about it. He's
Mm-hmm.
consistent in asking that question.
Yeah.
True. That's true.
So since we basically all touched the levels, let's even break this down even more in regards to the first thing about us knowing what a good man is. First one, I would say they will respect you. A man will respect you no matter what. The fact of what it is, they respect you in the argument because I feel like you can't argue with love. You could argue with love, you could argue with kindness, you could argue with the fact that I care about this person. They
Mhm.
respect you and they respect everyone that you love and you care about and that's around you.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
Yep.
And
Period.
that's another that's one thing that attracts me to that I would know a good man is the fact of how he respects other people, how he respects is how he gonna respect me.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you could just not care about anybody, how
You're not gonna
I'm
care
less
about
than
me.
what other people are. Why would you think that you're gonna respect me? So I
Right.
think that's something how I could track to see a good man. So what
Oh,
about you?
you hit it right on the nose. He gotta have respect.
Yeah.
You hit it right
How-
on the nose because if I'm dealing with a man and I'm study watching and seeing like what they doing with somebody that they dealing with, what makes me think that I'm any different than that person? Especially
yeah.
if them no respect. So you hit it on the nose with that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And like
Mhm.
they say, you can always tell a good man on how he treat his mama.
Yeah, that's true. His mama, his sisters.
Yep, and his daughter.
I
And his
cannot agree
daughter.
with that. Sorry. Sorry. I can't.
Mm,
I had
okay.
experience where I seen this man treat his mama like the royalty, kiss her feet, bow down, God all mercy. But honey ain't had no problem coming out the side of his neck to disrespect me.
Mm,
And I had to check that ass.
right.
So I
Okay.
can't say that's actually something because that changed my mind. I was like, oh, okay. So that very ain't really true for everyone.
Yeah. See,
It's
what
not.
happens in my
Respect for
experiences?
women, maybe just that current situation, he ain't having no respect for you. But when he really, maybe it's that someone or someone
Yeah,
somewhere in
and maybe I just wasn't the one. I wasn't his one for him to respect. That's what it was.
right. Yeah.
Right.
And
Because in my
I could honestly admit
situation,
that.
I've honestly, like every man, like every relationship I was in, I've honestly, like the way they treated their mother was the way that, like they
Hmm.
talked to me in a sense. The way, like how they acted, not like, but the way they acted towards their mother, they had the same type of energy towards me.
Yeah.
So that applied to me.
Okay. See, everybody is different, and
Right.
like I just also said, just like for instance, when a man is with a woman, he married or he's with her, and then they
Mhm.
break up, right? And then he goes to a different woman, maybe a year later, couple months, doesn't matter. That's over. It doesn't matter how long he been with another person. A lot of women always be like, what is the difference between her and me? See, the difference, you have to
Right.
think about that she's not you and you not her. And it's
Right.
something that's in tuning that man to
Hmm.
make him be right for who the next person is or whoever she is. And like I say, maybe I just wasn't the one that he may seem fit that he
Right.
wanted to respect me. But
Right.
oh boy, baby girl, trust and believe.
You
I
have to
popped
come
that
out
ass
with
right in the
something.
neck.
Okay? Have to stand
Yeah,
ten
because
toes first.
have that certain person that they gonna respect. Like,
Yeah.
always pick and choose. It's always that one that they want to be with, that that
Hmm.
they
Mhm.
Yeah. And then another
That's
thing
true.
is like, oh dang, I lost
It's
my train of thought.
the one thing he might do on you, he might not do that on the next
The
chick.
next one, right. Right.
that's
And
true.
that's why a lot of females, and that's what a lot of females realize, they feel like since everything was good, sweet, and dandy with you, when they try to get with him, it's gonna be the same thing. No, boo, or vice versa. If shit may be bad for you, and then when he get with her, everything may be good for them. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like at the end of the day, you can't make anybody, man or
Yeah.
woman, do anything they don't want to do
True.
and feel any way they do not want to feel.
True. And also another aspect. of how can you tell a good man is I basically would say that you will feel value and prioritize. He will value you and he will prioritize. He will make you his priority. He will fit you in his life, and he will
Yep.
value you because he see your worth. He
Yep.
see that you are the queen, that you are queen. He see that you are valuable. He see that you are fit, that you should not be treated no less than.
Yep.
So, and that right there is something that turns me on.
Mm-hmm. Especially if like you texting me and I gotta text you type thing, or you calling me often to check on me and I ain't gotta check on you type thing. Yeah, stuff like that gonna get your dick
Right.
done. Mm-hmm.
Come on now.
Just a little porter for y'all who watch, all the men who watching. Check on your girl daily.
Yes.
Cause
Yes.
it's gonna pay off in the bedroom.
Yes. But see, also I gotta say that it's not even these values and these tips that we actually going bullet point by bullet point. It's not even just about how to tell a good man. It's also women too, because even women
Right.
wanting to be able to, you know what I'm saying? Even women, you know what I'm saying? Like these are things that you need to do to value a man. You value a man because you know what? Why we think that a man is less than us? He has a
Right.
heart, he has a pulse, he has feelings.
Right.
Even though some of them may not act like it, but truly deep down inside, the what they showing just the defense mechanism because that's the defense of not wanting to be hurt. But truly, they would say one thing in the back of their head, they really mean something else.
Yep.
So it's like playing chess, not checkers, and you have to be a mind reader, even though it's fucked up. But you really have to do. You really do.
Yeah.
Like you gotta be Psycho Cleopatra out this bitch to sit there like, okay, he say go left, but he really meant that he want me to go right with him.
Right. So
Facts.
I'm gonna go across the street and around the corner.
Exactly.
That part.
So, and they also do all these things. So let's make sure we tap in and let women know that this is something that you can do
Can do as
for
well.
a good man too. You know what I'm saying? And
Yep.
also because we shouldn't make them less than either. They need that attentiveness. They need to be filled by
They
and
want
prioritized and respected.
Exactly.
So,
Because
but
that's how,
yeah.
and that's another reason why a lot of women will, like their relationships fail, or their relationships is not the same, because it's like you want him to do all this stuff for you, but you're not trying to give out the same in return. You have to be 50-50, baby girl. You can't expect this to be 80-20 and for you to be married and go far and get a ring. It's not going to work like that. You have to put in the same amount of effort that you want to receive at the end of the day.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And
I've been in that situation before where I felt like I was giving 80% and I was giving out 20%. Like I felt that way, so I agree 100% on that one.
yeah.
Because it's
And
draining too. Like
that
that's
80-20
something
rule,
like
and that 80-20 rule don't fit over here.
Yeah, but I had to realize I had to wake up and say, snap, snap, hold up, what you doing?
okay.
What are you getting back in return?
Right.
Nothing. So that's when I stopped doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And realize, honey, it's my time to go. And
Right.
you cannot come with me. I
Exactly.
cannot bring you with me, boo. You gotta stay here in the past.
So another one is that a good value and asset to a good man or woman. They're kind. They will be kind to you. They'll be kind to you as a person. They'll be kind to your feelings, to your emotions.
Yeah.
And that also goes back to going back to what I said. They'll be kind to the fact of let's not argue, but let's communicate. Because everything don't have to be an argument. Let's exactly let's be kind to the fact of each other's feelings. And let's say let you go your way, I go my way, so we could cool down and then we could come back and we could talk about this.
Yeah.
Because when you angry and you upset, you say some mean shit that you will regret. You will regret. You will think about it. And I always tell people 2 things about your mouth. Your tongue is like a sword, and the words that come out of it is our bullets. Once you shoot that damn gun, you cannot take that bullet back.
Yep.
And trust and believe.
No matter how many times
I know the difference of the value of being abused and being physically, mentally, or emotionally abused. You could get over the physical abuse because that will eventually heal. But the verbal, that will always stay in here.
Yep.
always.
Yep.
But so that's another asset, being kind. So you guys ever had a kind good man?
Okay, so I mean, it's hard to say. Like, yes, I have. I'm not gonna lie and say I haven't. I have had. So yeah, I would say yes. It's just in other aspects is where he failed, and that's why our relationship didn't work. But he was like really kind. He prioritized me. He made sure I was good in everything, like when it came to food, money, gas in my car, my stuff, like my rent and everything being taken. Like he made sure that, like he played his part in that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a lot of other aspects is where
Yeah.
he failed,
Yeah.
and that's why the relationship didn't work.
Mm.
Yeah,
What
but other
about
than
you,
that, I
Ash?
mean, he was a good guy. That's why I be like, yo, like, can I just take this of you and this of him and put that of them and mix it together? Like, can I build me a nigga?
Right. You
I
know,
think we all with
Damn,
that.
like,
you
why
could
nobody invent that yet?
have one.
I'm ready to start building
This
these
man do
niggas.
this. Man B do this. Man C do that. Build them. Put them all together.
Okay.
Wish. I really.
Yes.
But yes, I can say that I've had a good friend in my life before. Um, he would when I. That's why I brought up the thing about making sure that my children is okay, because this person actually would help out with my children. Make sure that they had the cliques that they needed, or make sure they had money for trips that they needed to go.
That's dope.
Now, we didn't date for a long period of time because of my own personal issues,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm a clingy person. And for some
Mhm.
reason, I don't like when people are clingy to me. I just feel like I can be under somebody, or I could want their attention all the time, but I don't want a man to feel like he need my attention all the time.
Mm.
I don't know how that plays out or what kind of woman I am for that, but it's kind of different. So when I say a man look out for your children and them not even his, that's
Mm-hmm.
and for me. And somebody, if I'm having a bad day, they call me like, how your day going? I'm like, oh well, not going too well. Me and this man, this person got into it, and they willing to talk it over with me and make sure I'm good at the end of the day. Then that's a good relationship for me. But I have my own personal reason within myself why we didn't continue on with that.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So listen, just the fact of just be kind. That's all I say. Because
Right.
a lot of assets that we basically giving out is, I feel like that attracts a woman, that makes a woman, because even though you know that makes a woman, that turns a woman on mentally, physically, and emotionally. But just end up we giving the assets and the bullet points that we're hitting, it really do.
Mm-hmm.
Like for instance, I would say even another asset of a man or a woman, of how you could be able to tell a good man or woman, is they will follow through. Anything that they will say they're going to do, they will follow
Oh
through.
yeah.
Yeah. And don't give a
They
bunch of
will
bullshit
follow
ass
through.
excuses and
I
all
hate
these
Nope,
lies.
exactly.
who put out a word and say they're gonna do something and they don't follow that. I don't like that because now I know I gotta find the right place for the time when you say you're gonna do something and you ain't gonna do it. I don't like
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And it
yeah.
tells you as your character. Like it tells you as a person as your character. Like, okay, so you a person who don't keep your word. So I ain't gonna
right.
Mm-hmm.
believe nothing you say because you can't keep your word. So why would I believe what you telling me at this good and time and moment? And that's where
Exactly.
that manipulative bullshit come into play. Mm-hmm. Y'all
Mhm.
watch out for them manipulative people too.
Exactly. So, but my thing is, I feel like if you say something, do something. Don't say it, because I feel like when you say that you want to do something, you officially commit to it. So if
Right.
if you can't do it, don't say you're gonna do it, because your mouth, your verbal is a commitment that you made. So you can't follow that. That turns me off. I'm like, oh, okay, all right, I
Right.
want to you again. Nope. Because
Right.
now I know you're not a man or a woman to even follow through with shit that you will do.
Mm-hmm.
So, but girl, yeah. So another one is
Yes.
they will encourage your growth. A good man, a good woman will encourage you. They will
Mm-hmm.
motivate you. They will encourage you to either go whatever you want to do, go back to school, open a business, whatever it is that you want to do. They will encourage you to grow. You know what I'm saying? That's what I always say, that I feel like everyone should be blessed with being with somebody that actually brings out the best of them and
Mm-hmm.
actually develop them to grow higher and they grow together.
Yeah.
Because it won't work if you got somebody that's stagnant to stay here and you're
Right. And
moving
you
up.
trying to build
And
yourself.
I feel like a good man or woman, they will encourage you to grow, because you want to know why they encourage you to grow, because they growing they growing themselves. They have a plan themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep. And see, I feel like that's where in my relationship, like me personally, I've never experienced a man, or I've never been with a man who's like
mhm,
built me up or like, like encouraged me to grow and stuff. That's why I'm saying, that's why I've been saying I just want a man who's gonna love me in my businesses and support me in my businesses. Because now, especially like as you grow, you get a different mindset. So you see things differently. You view everything differently. You think
yeah,
about extra stuff now. You do things with precaution now. So it's like, okay, I'm in this mindset. I'm building myself up, but yet you trying to keep me stagnated. That's not going to work. It's not going to
hmm,
work. At the end of the day, all it's going to do is cause confrontation, cause arguments, cause, you, and then eventually that love that you have for that person or that liking is going to go away. Like you're not going to have those feelings no more. So with me personally,
yeah,
that's another reason why I feel like my past relationship mostly didn't, or my most recent past relationship didn't work, because it was like, okay, I'm building you up. I'm trying to help you get further in life, but you not returning. Like you not doing anything
mm,
for me. And that's
mm.
draining. Like that's draining as fuck.
Oh yeah,
For me to
oh
try to
yeah,
be sitting here worried about, okay, you doing this, but then I got also my own shit going on, and you're not even giving two fucks about what the fuck I'm doing.
hmm.
But
So
what if
it's like, no.
and to help? What if he's not in a position to try to help build you up? What if he's not in that position?
Then
I
that's
mean, even if he's not in a position to, and when I say build up, I'm not talking about like financially. Like I'm not talking about you giving me money. I'm not talking about you, doing anything for like when I say build me up, I'm talking about you like dropping knowledge on me, like saying,
Okay.
yo, babe, go post on your
intellectual
social medias today. Yo, babe, did
intellectual
you see this
stimulation.
pop-up shop? You get on like stuff like that. Like,
Hmm.
I got businesses going. I'm like trying to do stuff to better myself. So when I say for you building me up, I mean like just being a support system. Just like, okay, if you see me selling something, you better be the first one out there. In the from head to toe. Like, yup, y'all, this my girl stuff. Make sure y'all shop with my girl, handing out business cards. You get what I'm saying? Like that type of thing. I've never had a man do anything like that for me.
We have a viewer that made a statement and say that if he didn't want to help, he could have been jealous.
Oh, see, that's another thing too. That's another thing too, because men can be jealous. There's a lot of
Of
men who
course,
do be jealous of women
of
and their
course.
success. So that could be true too, sis. That could be true too.
Yeah, it could have been a fact. It could have messed with it. It could have been an insecurity or ego
Mm-hmm.
thing, because he see your ambition, he see your drive, he see the encouragement and everything that you're doing. He's seeing that you're not going to stay here. You're looking to move and elevate up. So some people don't have that within them. A lot
Yep.
of people don't have that with them, and so when they see that from especially a woman with a man, sometimes it
It
intimidates
intimidates
them.
them. Yep.
Exactly. And
Yep.
that makes
And it
them like, and then they
pushes
start
them
questioning
away.
themselves. But I feel like it shouldn't be intimidation to a man or a woman. My thing
Right.
is, how about that? Allow that to be a motivation to push your ass to actually do
To
something
do something for your
better and
damn self,
actually
okay?
elevate yourself. Don't let
Right.
it be a jealousy. Let it be a foundation that you finally have somebody in your life that's willing to sit there and you could actually mimic off of, and you could be
Yes.
driven from, and you could end
Yep.
up being motivated and inspired from. Fuck
Yep.
jealousy. Jealousy is nothing but the fucking devil. How
Yep.
about letting you motivate yourself? That motivated. Just get motivated from it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I say that. That's why I always tell people throughout the 38 years of my life, I've never been a jealous person. Because anybody in my life, family, friends, associate, acquaintances, if they doing better than me, it's just only a drive to allow me and want
For
me
me
to
to
go
do better
harder.
too.
Want me to go,
Yep.
makes me want to go
Better
harder.
myself.
Like, okay, yes, I see that hot shit, and yes, and that's all it does. That's
Yep.
all, and that's why when I say when I also say I be genuinely happy for my family or the people around me. I am genuinely, authentically happy
Yes.
because I want you to be
To
successful. I
succeed.
want
Right.
you to do the best things that you do.
Right. Yes.
Period. Because actually, we share the same name. You do good. It makes me look good. How you doing?
Right.
So, so the next one is, I would say, another attribute is that for a man is that they will be an active listener. See,
Yes.
absolutely, because men,
That's key. That's really important. And you know it's so good because you made me feel so good when like like you see couples and they boyfriend be like, "Oh, I seen you looking at this months ago, or I heard you say that you wanted this, and I got it for you."
mhm,
Like stuff like that really goes a long way.
it does. It
It really
does.
does.
Because that lets you know he's listening and he's paying attention.
Attention to you. Yes.
And when you see that, it'll be like, then you could be like, damn, I said that months ago, but he still remembered that.
Right.
You know, that lets you know if he an active listener or she's an active listener, and that lets you know that that person is paying attention. They really are in tune with
And they're
you, and
really,
they
yep,
actually,
engaged with you.
they truly into you.
Yep.
Absolutely, I definitely agree. What you think, Ash?
I agree with them being. But what if all they do is just listen, but they don't give you no feedback?
So,
So,
oh, that's a good one too.
like,
Communication.
hello, like, are you hearing me? Yeah, I hear.
Mm-hmm.
So, what you think about that? Um, I mean, just do what you got to do. So, people could be some guys or women can be an active listener, but they really, if they are not supporting type of feedback or anything.
But
That's
see what
true.
you just said. But see what you just said. You made a statement saying they hear you. See that's the difference between hearing and listening.
True.
Those are two separate different things. People don't know that. I can hear you and not listen to you.
Please let me.
Right.
I've listened to people a couple of times. I remember everything they said, but they didn't give any feedback because I
But
really.
that's because you cared about listening and hearing them at the same time. There's people that will hear you and don't listen to shit that you're saying.
Right.
See,
And
you was
people
listening and hearing
here,
to be in tune on what they were saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
active listener. Some people, like what I'm saying, some people really can't actually listen to you. It be stored in their mind, but they're not giving you no feedback because they can care less. But I understand I understand on the other part, the ones who do give feedback while they listen.
Well, then that he don't get no feedback either he don't really give a damn,
Right.
That's what I.
or he could be one of them people where I've been in a relationship where a person did not give immediate feedback to me, meaning they are very analogical thinkers. They don't just
Yeah.
react on the pulse because you
Right.
want them to. They don't
They
react and
think
give
and
you
think.
feedback and response because when you want them to.
Mm-hmm.
That meaning logically analytical thinking about what you say. They're listening, they hearing, but they gonna think about it, they're hearing it, they listening, and then they
And
gonna
then they
feedback
react.
once they digest what you said to give you
Right.
a true authentic answer.
Yeah, that's true
That
too.
don't always mean that the person doesn't care, but there's some motherfuckers that probably don't. But I've been in relationships with people that who was, and I can tell you, I've been with Aquariuses. Aquariuses are analogical, intellectual thinkers.
We
They're not
is,
going
girl.
to
We
see
is.
immediately. They're going to sit back and they're going to actually listen to what you said, and they're going to digest what you said, and then they'll come back and give you your answer.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're not impulsive people.
Yeah, we're
They're
not
not
good with thinking on our
people,
feet
and they're
unless we're in an argument.
yes. Unless you're in an argument, then it's like they
Unless we're
got
in an
this big
argument, honey,
stuff.
because then we're gonna break on fair. Okay? But other than that, that's true. We
Yeah,
yeah.
they don't give you what you want. They actually generally give you what it is that they need you to hear. So
Mm-hmm.
I would say another asset of a good man or woman, they will make consistent effort, constantly consistent effort of being there for you, doing things, or just being there and just be showing consistency. That's
Mm-hmm.
another thing that a lot of people lack of consistency. Is
Yep.
they'll do something, but they won't be consistent with it and they'll drop the ball. And that's
Right.
what I call pacifying love. Don't pacify love me. I don't want to be pacified. I'm not a baby. Don't
Right.
feed me to calm me down. I need a big help. I need a 3-course meal. A whole fucking course meal. Don't you see this big ass nice body? I need the appetizer, the entree, and the dessert.
Okay.
And I need you to be consistent with it. So don't pacify
Right.
me. So I need consistent efforts.
Or just don't do it because you hear me bitching and complaining about it. So you gonna just do it because to get me to shut up. No.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm not gonna appreciate it. Like
Mm-hmm.
you only did it to get me to shut up. No.
Right? I can't.
No.
I somebody who start off doing something, but they don't continue to do it, and
Mm-hmm.
they don't continue to give you that phone call, continue to give you that text. They in and out. One day they here, the next 2 days they not. Then they here. They started off taking you out on dates. Now they not taking you out on dates. I don't not like that inconsistent stuff. Cause see, that's something that'll make me run.
Yeah.
And
And
that's
that's
another thing too on how relationships will start to like fall out.
Of
yeah,
course, we
Yeah.
can't even
exactly.
make a relationship with inconsistency.
Yep.
And a lot of people that have a problem with being consistent. A lot of people.
Yeah.
Of
Yeah.
course. Absolutely.
And I feel
Because I
consistency
feel
goes
like you said at the beginning, let's start with the dates. Because you gotta remember between 1 to 3 months or between 1 to 6 months. That's the beginning of the freshness of a relationship.
mm-hmm.
That's when people are wearing masks.
Right.
And that's where you're not gonna really see the true them at that point. Because
Mm-hmm.
they're putting their best foot forward. They're doing everything to win you, to get you, to show you that they're the best person that you should be with, and that they are everything that you should
Yep.
be with. But
Yep.
when that 6 months is up, because it's only for so long you can wear that
The
mask.
mask. Yep.
It becomes a full-time job, and it is too much. It's time consuming, and it's energizing, draining. Like too much. It drains energy. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like when the mask start peeling off, and it's like, oh, so now I see who you really are. But no,
Yep.
the first I always tell men and women, the first way how you got that person and how you earned that person and
It's the
actually
same way
get
you
them
lose
is the
them.
same way you gotta fucking constantly do to keep them. Do not drop that ball.
Yup.
If you strike to get me and you made a bowling alley strike and you got me, I need them 10 pins to be strike every single day throughout that relationship.
Right. But you gotta remind them why y'all started like this in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. And I feel like consistency goes hand in hand with being faithful.
Exactly.
Like you have to also be faithful as well. Because if you're not faithful, honey. Now, see, can we talk about okay? Can we go a little further with the faithfulness? And can we talk about like the cheating and stuff? Have y'all ever been in a relationship where everything was good, right? To the point where either you or him have or her have cheated and you still stayed. I already know Ash answer. She like, girl, no.
Yo,
Girl, like I'm sitting there like,
you know what? Let me be completely honest with this. With this,
please do. We are honest, truthful.
no,
I girl.
because you know what? Because at first I'm like, I ain't going to say nothing, but it's only one guy that kept cheating, kept cheating, kept cheating on me, and I kept taking him back. But that's only because that was my husband. But it like cheating is a deal breaker for me. I'm not talking about a situation where we're friends and I know you dealing with someone else. Not
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about actually being in a relationship. Like I said, I haven't been in too many relationships, but I have been in a lot of friendships. Um, See that right there, cheating is a deal breaker for me because if I'm dealing with you and I find out about another chick, like when I like back in the day when I was working at FedEx straight out of high school and I was going with this guy and he was my boyfriend before I actually met my kid's dad. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I found out I really liked him. Like I really actually liked him.
Mhm.
But he started to act funny and stuff. He started acting funny and then like his grandmother lied on me or something like that. But whatever the case may be, I found out he was dealing with someone else, and that was a deal breaker for me. Cause I cheating is a no no. But the next relationship, which was my kid's father, who ended up being my husband, yes, I kept taking him back, kept taking him back, kept taking him back. But anybody after him, no, you cheat, you're done. Because I'm
Right.
not talking about friendships. That's different. I'm dealing with you,
Mm-hmm.
and we playing around with each other. That's different. But
Right.
Yeah.
relationship, no, and no, I've never cheated before, so I don't even know what that felt like. I could just honestly answer that right
So
here.
you never cheated before?
I've never cheated before. I don't even know how to cheat. I'm so
What's this one?
I might end up telling on myself. Like, you know what, babe? This guy, he was hitting on me and I felt uncomfortable. And he gonna be asking me mad questions by the time he finish asking me questions. I've been untold him. So no, I don't even cheat. It just don't feel right. Because if
Mm.
Mm.
I got to cheat on you, I don't need to be with you. I really don't, because it's something lacking there. You're not making me feel something. And I'm the type of person that I'm going to tell you how I feel, what need to be fixed. I'm going to give you hints before I even get to that point of cheating. Now, if I got to
Right.
step out on you and I got to deal with someone else, then me and you are no more.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I have to do that because I already gave the hints. I already told you how I felt. Because I'm a talker. I'm the type of person, yo, let's sit down and talk. Let me tell you how I feel. Let me
Mhm.
tell you what's going on. Let me tell you what's not right. That's me. That's what kind of person I am. And you're gonna see changes in my actions. But now I feel like I gotta sit up here and go out with John and have a date with John and
Right.
sleep with John 3 and 4 nights later. I don't need you now because obviously I need John.
Yeah.
Right.
That's how I look at stuff.
So what about you, sis?
Um, in regards to what have I ever cheated, or
Or
have I?
have you stayed with a
Oh,
man
the
who
first
has
question.
cheated?
The first question. I did. I was in a relationship, but this was probably was like in my early 20s. I was in a relationship with a guy. Probably about 3 years. He did cheat it. Just like what Ashley said, I end up basically talking. We end up talking it out. I asked him what the fuck, what's going on, what's happening. But I did take him back, after we talked. But he ended up doing it again, and I left his ass on the side of the highway. How about that?
Okay.
Yes, I don't play them games.
Period.
Mm-mm.
But he was in a car and you dropped him off on the side of the
We was in the car, and when I found out the second time he cheated, I actually pulled over on 78, and I told him to get the fuck out of my car.
Oh,
Period. Okay.
Yeah, and he
Me.
said no, and I said, oh really? Oh well, let me make this phone call real quick. And he heard who was on the phone, he got the fuck out of my
Oh,
car.
that car. Okay.
Hmm.
well, then
Exactly.
So, have you ever cheated?
you let him out on 78.
Yeah, because I listen. I let him out like how you take out the trash. You did it
On
the
the
first time.
curb.
You talked about it,
On the
and I
motherfucking
took you
curb.
back after we communicated, and you said you wouldn't do it again, and I believed you.
Mm-hmm.
Now you telling me I shouldn't have
That you
did that.
did it
So
again.
it's like the first time, it's like first time shame on you, second time shame on me, and bitch, it ain't gonna be shame on me. So when I found out we was in the car driving, and we was actually about to go on a date to a restaurant. And,
Wow.
and a message came to my phone. Ding. So the thing is, people don't know who you know. I may not be a
Right.
street person, but I know people in the street, and people in the
Right.
street know me. And
Right.
all they gotta do is say, "Hey, oh, that's
You
Quad
such
D."
and such. Yep. Yep.
And the thing, and it came back to me. And when I seen that, and I didn't see the message of like, oh, she lying or they lying. Because first of all, like God said, when more than two people tell you and it's the same thing, it's the motherfucking truth.
True.
And I got 3 or 4 different messages saying from 3 different people who telling me to tell me the same thing from different numbers. And I didn't say, no, you lying. I didn't continue to go to dinner. I sat there and said, you know what? You cheated again, and I kindly pulled over on that side shoulder, and I said, "You need to actually proceed to get the fuck out my car." He said, "No, I'm not getting out your car." I said, "Okay, no problem. I'm not arguing." So I called on my phone who I needed to call. He heard who was on the phone, and he got the fuck off the phone. I mean,
Okay.
he got the fuck out the car.
Period.
Yeah,
So now, have you ever cheated?
I have. I
Okay.
did cheat. I have cheated. I cheated twice actually.
Okay.
Hmm.
Now, was this with a guy who never cheated on you?
Yeah, God never really cheated on me. I
Okay.
I basically cheated on him. He never cheated on me. He ain't do nothing wrong. It was just the fact that I just felt like, okay,
you felt like he was a basically.
huh?
I bet you felt like he was a cornball, basically. He
No,
didn't.
honestly, I didn't. I didn't. The thing is, like I always tell people, people don't cheat because of sex. It wasn't a sexual thing. It would people cheat for different reasons. My reason I
Mhm.
cheated the first time is because I wasn't getting the intellectual stimulation or just the fact that I feel like me and him wasn't just there. He was a good guy, but he wasn't just like just there. And for
Yeah.
some reason, everybody say, "Why you just couldn't let him go?" Sometimes you can't let people go that don't want to let you go. Like what the fuck?
Right. Right.
And
Hey,
people
Do
sit
my
there
bad all over
doing
again, sis.
that.
She said, "What the fuck?" Right.
and people and see people that never been in that situation. They could easily say, "What you mean? When you yeah, you would say that because you outside my window looking in the house. So
Right.
it's not easy. It's not
Mm-hmm.
that easy. And then the second time I cheated is because he wasn't sexually fulfilling me. So,
Oh yeah.
That's why they say test the waters.
Mm-hmm.
and
That's true.
that's true. And see, but I was younger then. See, as I got older, I'm not taking no shortcuts. This is not the computer. I don't
Right.
need a shortcut file.
Right.
I need straight long drives.
Mhm.
So have you actually been in a relationship, somebody cheated on you, and you took them back, and have you ever cheated?
Okay, so before I answer this, y'all gotta remember I'm only 24. Okay, I'm still a baby, kind of, sorta. But so I've been in about 3 3 like long relationships. And when I say long, I mean like 2 years plus. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and it's crazy because all 3 of them I've been cheated on. Um, have I one of them, the guy was really manipulative, very, very manipulative. So, in all 3 of them, I stayed. Yes, I have.
Mm-hmm.
I got cheated on. You know, like you said, I talked it out or whatever. We worked it out. I stayed. But the one guy who was manipulative, he was to the point where he was, you know, oh baby, I'm so sorry. I'll give you my password to my phone. I'll let
Mm.
you have access to all my socials. I'll let you
Mm.
do all this, right? Making it seem like, okay, so yeah, I can start trusting you again. No, whole time nigga had a whole nother phone. Didn't even know about. Right.
Nigga
Okay.
cheat, having a
That
whole
was that one. Then with my most recent relationship, the guy had a baby on me.
Ooh.
Yes, he had a baby on me. But I still stayed.
Mhm.
I still stayed. I still stayed. Yes, I did. I did. I did. Now, I
Why?
stayed
Why?
because, let me say why, right? Because I felt, well, for one, we was going through hard times during, like, when I found out that the girl was pregnant,
Mm-hmm.
we was in a fucked up situation. Like, we
Mm-hmm.
was down south, living with his mom, trying to make shit work, you know, like some shit
Mm-hmm.
happened up here. Like we was in a fucked up situation
Okay.
when I had found out that the girl was pregnant. So that was that. Then also I stayed because I generally I genuinely loved him. Like he was, even like out of all my like long last relationships, he was the one guy who I actually genuinely like say that I loved. You
Mm, okay.
understand? Because of the fact, like how we was talking about, he had respect. Like, well, not, you know, he didn't have respect for me, but he showed respect for me. He was genuinely cared about me. He, you know, was making sure I was good. He made sure, you know, I was pleased, or he did, like, you know, he went out his way to do stuff for me. So I
Mm-hmm.
genuinely like loved him, like with all of me. And then he
Mm,
also was there for me when a lot of stuff happened in my life. You know, a lot of devastating moments happened with me. He was
yeah.
there for me.
Okay.
So at the time, I felt like our relationship itself was worth getting over. You know, like it was
Is
like
this
our
the one
relationship
that
was
I met?
worth.
This the one that I met
When did, I'm trying to think.
at the funeral?
Yes,
Mm.
yes, him, him.
Mm.
So at the time, now I felt like, you know, like our relationship was worth working through, and our relationship was worth working out because, you know, like we had this strong connection and we had this strong bond. But I realized, and it took me a long time to realize, because it was still eating at me. It was
Mm.
eating at me so
Mm-hmm.
bad, to
Mm-hmm.
the point where I lost value within myself. Like I was losing myself because of the fact that I was always questioning in the back of my head why, like, why she had the baby, you know, like I was the one who was supposed to have the baby. I was the one who was supposed to be your first. You were supposed to be my first, you
Yeah.
know. So it was eating at me. Like no matter how much I said I didn't care, or how much I said I was over it, I really wasn't ever over it. Like I was still hurt.
Yeah.
No matter how long after I found out about it, I was still hurt, because it was like that line was something that I never expected him to cross. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So yeah. And in return, I mean, yes, I've cheated on him as well. I've also cheated on him.
But why did okay?
Um,
So instead of you leaving, why did you just cheated on him? You cheated. I would think because you still felt what he did to you. But instead of you
right.
leaving, you cheated because of why? You felt like it would make you
Honestly,
feel better.
honestly, okay, let me go back even further because he cheated on me multiple times.
Yeah.
Okay. So I cheated on him twice. I cheated on him twice. The first time I cheated on him, it was more so for a tit for tat type thing. It was just like, okay, so you cheated, well, I'm gonna cheat too. Fuck it. We
Yeah.
both cheated. You cheat, I cheat, we Cheetos. The second time I cheated on him, it was more so because I was like, okay, now you like taking me for like you taking me for granted. So now I gotta show you what the fuck is really up, and that I'm really like not the one to be played with type shit.
Exactly.
But of course, you know he didn't give a fuck about that. Of course,
That's that Rams too, baby.
right. So of course he didn't give a fuck about it, and you know he continued to do him. And then after I realized my worth, and I like realized like damn, like it's really niggas out here who will like literally kiss the fucking ground I walk on, who will literally like build the fucking floor for me to walk on. Why the fuck am I sitting here being miserable and depressed with you?
Yeah.
Right.
And when I realized that, that's when I was like, okay, like this can't go no more. Like
Right.
this isn't. And then plus, like I felt like after because he was also one of the guys where I felt like I was giving a lot to, but he wasn't returned. Like he wasn't giving a lot to me in return. Like I felt like, and I wouldn't say it was 80-20. I felt like it was more like 60-40.
Got you.
And then like after TT had passed and everything, I felt like I really needed him to the point where he couldn't return, like he couldn't be there like how I needed him to be there for me. So after that, it was just like I gotta let you go.
Yeah,
Like,
it was at this point.
Yeah, like I can't continue to do this. And you know what's crazy? Even after all of them exes that cheated on me, all of them still be trying to hit me up now to this day. Like, oh, I'm sorry. I still have feelings for you. You was the best girlfriend I had.
And listen, and don't fall for it. Because at this point, what they're doing is they actually coming to realization. Reality is starting to set in. And they're basically seeing, like, oh shit, like, and then they realizing that, oh, the next bitch they with, that grass ain't green.
Yeah,
that grass ain't green, baby. See, the thing is that I always say, I say this even to my aunt before. I said this. First of all, yeah, it's plenty of women out here. It's a lot of women. We got boobs, ass, titty, pussy, all that. Yeah. For one, it's all different sizes, colors, shapes, but the pussy doesn't feel the same.
Right.
And then two, because we have the same body parts, don't mean it's going to be the same type of individual person. Because you could be with a woman that's going to hold you down, all the good graces and glitter and all that good stuff, but you don't see the value in her. Then you go to this other woman thinking that, oh, she's going to do the same thing that this one did.
Yeah.
Because you think that you got a good one, you could get another good one. See, no, baby. So let me tell you about this, viewers. When you get a good man or woman, it don't mean that you're going to get another good man or woman. Like how a bus come every 15 minutes. It doesn't work like that. How can God bless you with one good thing, see that you disrespected it, and think you're going to go out and get another good one, thinking that he's going to bless you again? He ain't going to bless you 2 times like that, because we feel like you spitting shit on me, and I gave you something that I feel like was at your worst at that time, but you didn't see it. So I'm not about to put another child of mine in your life for you to ruin.
Right.
Because hurt people, and you cannot do that. He's not going to bless you. And that's why so many people wondering, where's that man at? Where's that woman at? Why is not my turn? What's wrong with me? What's wrong with you? Take off the fucking mask, look in the mirror, do some self-evaluation, and actually be true to who you are, and do some self-reflecting, and change some shit, because you only going to track what you are.
Yep.
You see, that's the thing. People don't pay attention to that. You track what you are. You tracking your own self. But the thing is, you don't see that because the thing is, you too scared to look at yourself and take yourself in the bare nakedness and to see the truth. But yeah, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't come every 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so
That's true.
other than that, just two more bullet points. Then now. So, but I think basically, just like Ashley did mention this. Ashley mentioned this earlier. She said another good value of an asset of a woman and man is that they make you feel safe.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. But before we go into this, I want to actually interact with some of the viewers. I see that Sierra said, I used to cheat because I got tired of the one person I was with. I also enjoyed the thought of getting caught and turn me on. Oh, you nasty, nasty.
Oh, Sierra is freaky. I
You
swear,
know what?
every episode I learn more and
Yes,
more how freaky she is.
listen, there's people. Honestly, I think that's the reason why I'm still dealing with my Scorpio for 14 years. Because there's no attachment, I have no commitment, I don't have to make him a priority or anything. And it turns me on the fact is that shoot, he probably just got finished doing her last night. He coming to do me tonight. So I definitely shut up, Ashley.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, but I understand what Sierra's saying though. I really
Oh
do.
gosh, y'all are all good.
I definitely understand what Sierra's saying. Like the getting caught thing,
So you
it
mean
turns you on.
why that it makes you more wetter to know that he was with his chick last night and now he are you telling me that more wetter that
Listen, I think it's a lot of things, a lot of dynamics that make this pussy wet when he's here.
all right now?
Listen, I told you I'm not the average chick, bitch. I'm not basic. I'm a uniqueness that people would never be able to understand.
Okay. Period.
And it's not for you to figure out, just for you to hear, see, and listen.
Right. Okay. And that's that.
But it does. It does. So you try to tell me, Ash, you never been in a situation with something that the outside person probably like, bitch, that turned you on, but it would turn you on, and it's like, because it's like the spontaneous type situation type
Mm-hmm.
thing. I don't know. It just make me just juicy woozy.
Mm-hmm. It makes you want to suck his dick a little strong. No, for real. Cause yeah, I feel that. Cause that was y'all. Yep, I feel that. I feel that. Cause I'd be like, oh yeah, oh well, cause he do this? No, oh, okay.
Oh God! And then she say, but when I got cheated on, she was out and she was not looking back. Oh, okay. So she got cheated on. She was like, I'm not taking him back. Nah, I'm good. I'm out. Peace. So I definitely understand. And
Okay.
then she say, what's this? I think that once you grow up, God brings another blessing because he knows you appreciate this one. It happened to me 3 times, and now I'm married. He is my third blessing. Okay, listen. And I
Yes.
guarantee you had to wait for them individual blessings for a long time. This shit didn't come like the 99.
Right. Right. It takes time, and patience really is a virtue.
It is.
Really is a virtue. And it's so crazy that like nowadays people make it seem like it's something wrong with like being single. Like there is nothing wrong with being
No,
single and loving yourself. Cause sometimes
no.
that's what people need. People so quick to jump from relationship to relationship or in and out of relationship that they don't take time to like get themselves, like love
Mhm.
themselves and regroup themselves. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. Listen, you should take time to do
Mhm.
self care, self love, and sit there and do a lot of self evaluation, especially when you come out of a relationship. And don't just focus on what he or she did wrong. Ask yourself
Right,
and look at yourself what the hell you did wrong. And
right,
then not only that,
right.
people also make it seem like it's a bad thing for women to date multiple people, and I say that it's not.
Yeah, I
It's
don't
not
think
at all. It's you supposed to date multiple people.
to
First of
figure
all, you
out
look
who
in
was
the
for you.
Bible, they was fluttering. You look in the Bible, they was fluttering all around with each other. They was having menage a trois, orgasms, orgies, everything. So, to the thing is, people blinded to that situation. They blind because they don't want to see that. But my thing is, you supposed to sit there and you can date because I feel like dating is like data. You're end up downloading data on who's the best choice and selection for you. So how can you do that if you end up dating one person? Now, if I date five people and out of that five, I see one person that's a fit, and I'm basically saying, you know what? Then I'm going to go with this person because he or she is a fit. That's how you do it.
I
Right.
You would enlighten me on where you read that at the Bible that they was fluttering all around and doing all this stuff that you said they would do.
Oh yeah, I would definitely let you know. Girl, even like the images, like if you even go to like the Catholic, like temples and like certain like like the countries where you could go like for tourism and you go into like the Catholic houses and they got the paintings on top. You see all the images up there. All the images up there, they naked, just sitting there
Yep.
together, all that.
That's because they didn't have clothes back in the day. They had just started making clothes later on down the line. But I
But it's
do
not even about the clothes. They are literally having threesomes, orgies, sex
I
together.
that. Not all fluttering around with each other like you said, menage with each other. But you know what? I'm not even going to touch the religion thing. That's
Right. That's two things.
off
Mm-mm.
camera.
Religion and
Yeah,
politics.
exactly. But anyway, but yeah, but not just like anything, but me to sit there and say, not all, but there was a few. Just like not all in the world, not now in 2020, don't do the threesomes or orgies or whatever, or go to sex parties. So just like in the Bible, there's some people that did do it. Period. So,
Yep.
but other than that, but just to make you feel safe, I feel like there's another point in of being a good man or woman is just to end up making you feel safe. And actually touched on this earlier is that I definitely want to be with somebody that actually will make me feel safe.
Right.
Like just just to protect me and make
Mm-hmm.
me feel safe that I can also open up and I can end up being vulnerable because a lot of people think vulnerability is a weakness, which is not.
Not. Yeah, it's
So,
not. It's not. Only
but
time it's a
yeah.
weakness if you're vulnerable to the wrong person and they take advantage of that shit.
Yep.
Mhm.
But then again, it's like you can never know. Everything is it's like life. Everything is literally trial and error. You will never know until you go through it and you experience it.
Mhm.
Yep, yep, yep.
Exactly. So, but this last one. Just also, I would say doing just the little things. People think doing you have to do big things is the important things, but little
Yeah,
things is
no.
also
It's literally
like
the ones that matter.
major.
Yep.
Like they're major, like just the simple things, just like when Ashley sat there and said about somebody she dated or was with, they buy her son like the cleats and or asking about how her son or her kids are doing and stuff like that. Just the little things.
Mm-hmm.
Those
Go
things
along.
become like go a long way, and those are memorable and they are major than the actual big things. So
Right.
I definitely
Yes.
agree on that. So but yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, as you guys could see what our topic is, like how you guys feel, how can you tell a good man or woman? Like, you guys have any other questions that you guys would want us to
Input.
answer, you would like to ask us, like, please pour into us, like give us some feedback, let us know how you feel.
Yes.
Exactly. And when they did, he did destroy it. Exactly. Absolutely.
Wait, what you reading? What
I
it say?
was reading one of the comments from one of the viewers. they were sitting there saying they were having orgies and stuff in the Bible. God destroyed that town. So when they did do it, he destroyed the town.
Oh, okay.
Why can't I so but yeah,
So
so
if
other than
the town, that's just basically saying that's not the right thing that God wants you to do.
exactly, of course. I'm not saying what I said was right, but I'm just saying that was done. And that as you see that people on earth does doing it as well. And it's not saying it was right, just like God would want, it be one person, just two people together, but it doesn't happen that way.
Right. Right. You don't
You
wait to
know,
get married to have sex no more.
we live and we learn. Like I say, it's life. Have fun, shit.
Because you
You
only
only
got
get one
one.
life to live, but
And
when you
it's
do
too
have fun,
short.
be safe doing it too.
Yep. Life is too
Yeah.
short for you not to live it, honey.
So, okay, since no one has any questions for the Q&A section, so what we're going to end up basically doing is that we have, where is this? Okay. So we do end up basically taking time out in this section to be able to shout out some Black businesses, giving it to
Yeah.
them because we definitely believe in supporting Black businesses, the Black owners, keeping the money in our community,
Community.
us staying together, us being in one, especially with all that's going on. We
Yes.
should really keep it in our own safety net of our Black and color community.
Yes.
So, what business you want to shout out, Aunyea?
Well, I want to shout out one of my businesses. It's called Royal Beauty Co. And
Uh-huh.
basically, I sell designer inspired items such
Mm-hmm.
as headwear, including bonnets, do rags. I also have headbands like the one I have on now.
Okay.
I also sell jewelry as well as swimwear. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you guys definitely should check it out. You can follow us on Facebook at Royal Beauty Co. 1. Look us up on Instagram at Royal_Beauty Co. And shop with us on our website at www.royalbeautyco.shop and use code HOLLOW for 30% off for Halloween.
Oh, for Halloween, yes.
Yes.
And yes, I definitely supported you. As soon as I
Yes.
seen that you had the accessories, your nephew was like, "Ma, call my auntie. I
Yes.
gotta get you Gucci and what's the other one
Okay.
he had?
The
What's the other one?"
Givenchy. Yes, honey. Yes, we into
He was
it.
like, I need those. So yes, and I got my Louis Vuitton bonnet, silk satin bonnet, to keep
Yes.
my coils
Keep your curls,
right and
okay?
tight and
Keep nice and
natural.
moisturized. Yes, honey.
Yes, honey. Gotta protect the hair. So you
Right.
guys definitely check my sister out her Facebook Royal Beauty Co. So definitely check her out on Facebook, Instagram, and you guys see the website www.royalbeautyco.shop. Listen, and she said, would you say 30% off for Halloween?
Yes, ma'am. 30% off
Okay.
until the 1st. So you better get you
So
some.
get
Candy
it, get
just
it.
restocked. Get into it, honey.
Yes, yes. So of course, as everyone heard me shout out this person many times. This person is a part of my life now. This person is a part of my inner being. This person is who it developed me to be healthy, fit, and make healthy decisions. Everyone knows Marie. Motivation_Marie. This is my personal trainer. She is amazing. She's inspirational to me. She motivates me. She will motivate you to be the best you. She will push you out
Yes.
your element to be the best you. She will push you to the brink of you end up getting the warrior out of you that's instilled in you. But at the same time, she'll always say, listen to your body and don't push yourself too far. So I definitely want to shout her out. You guys definitely go check her out She basically start with I believe it's $5 or $10 that she start with. You could come and join the class through Zoom, because with the
Oh,
coronavirus.
damn.
Yes. Yes, and she's in Kentucky and I'm in New Jersey. Like, listen, this corona whole situation connected me with so many people across the country and across the world.
Yes.
I love it. So I'm getting so many personal and business connections through different genres and endeavors that I'm doing. So absolutely. So you guys got to definitely check her out. And I know you guys seen my transformation picture. So she's a beast.
Yes.
She is amazing. So please, on Instagram is motivation_Marie, and on Facebook is Marie Fit. So please go check it out. Trust that you would not regret it.
Yes.
Oh,
So
you
she
won't.
does the workouts through Zoom? Like you can do them
Yes,
through Zoom?
absolutely.
Oh.
Mhm.
And
Yeah, so
you don't need
basically
no
what she do is
equipment or anything?
she sends a link every single she do Tuesdays, Thursdays, Tuesdays and Thursdays, and
Okay.
Saturdays. And she basically sends a link every day, and we go to the Zoom link and we go in and we start hitting it, man. We stretch, we sit there and do a cardio, then we get to the workout, then we end up doing busting out some ad work, then we end up doing a cardio, then we end up stretching, and that'll be it. Like, but it's an hour. And listen, I have other people that's on my team that's doing this body right, but y'all know who they is later. I shout them out later, but definitely check her out. Motivation_Marie on Instagram and Marie Fit on Facebook. Let her know that Quamia sent you. Please let her know Quamia sent you. If you can't say my name, just say Qua from Jersey.
Right.
So
So you don't need no equipment. No equipment or
no,
anything.
exactly. No equipment. It's all online at the comfort of your home. You ain't got to worry about being self-conscious, body conscious, or other people
Right.
looking at you. You can shake your booty, do whatever you got to do. And if you are feeling like you're doing it wrong, trust and believe she pays attention to make sure that your core and everything is in your alignment. Is all good. So she's amazing. So, but definitely check her out though. But yeah, so that was an amazing show. And listen, I loved it. And
Yes.
how you guys feel about tonight's show? How you guys feel about tonight's show?
I feel like we really got deep into, like we learned a lot about ourselves and, each
Mm-hmm.
other. And we really just, dug deep. I feel like we got really deep.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I definitely hope that the viewers had enjoyed us. And I definitely want to make sure that I remind the viewers, people that's tuning in now, people that's going to tune in later, please remember to go like, follow, and subscribe our Facebook page, our Instagram page, our YouTube page, our Apple Podcast, and our Spotify. And trust and believe, if you would like to sow a seed to keep supporting us and you love what we giving and bringing to you on Tuesdays and Thursday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Pillow with the Tea, please sow the seed in and be able to go to our PayPal and bless us. Absolutely. A seed grows a long way.
Yeah. And if you
And
have any businesses that you want to shout it out, whether it's your own, your cousins, your auntie, your mother's, go ahead and send us a message or an email and just, give us a little bit about the business, the name, all the socials, and we'll definitely shout them out. No problem.
absolutely. And you guys can send that information to pillow talk with the tea at gmail.com. If you guys also want to be a guest on the show, if you guys have
Yes.
any content, any subject that you want to touch on, you want to talk about, and you feel like, yes, I need to be on it to deliver to people this message, please message
Yes.
us, DM us on our Facebook, Instagram pages, or either send us an email, pillow with the tea at gmail.com. Yes.
And get
And
it done.
if you guys have any input or advice that you guys want to send us an anonymous letter that you feel like, nah, I don't want to be on the show, but I do want, Ash, Qua, and Aunnyea's input and they, advice, but I stay in the back line because I don't want to be known. Please send us an anonymous letter. Respectfully, we respect your privacy, and please send us a pillow talk letter at pillow talk with the tea at gmail.com. We definitely appreciate that. So, ladies, I enjoyed you guys. I enjoyed tonight. I enjoyed the viewers. And listen, we'll see you guys back here on Thursday. Thursday on Pillow Talk with the Tea at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And guys, what is the topic for Thursday? So we can get them just a little bit in. So y'all not on point.
I was like, oh, what is that? Hold on. Oh, it's the
so basically,
daddy plus one.
Yeah. I caught y'all off guard.
Yes, I had to think about it for a minute.
So basically, the topic for for this Thursday at 9 is going to be can insecurities ruin future relationships? Can insecurities ruin future relationships? So please tune in. That is going to be hot. That is going to be fire. Listen. So we do appreciate you guys tuning in with us. We will see you back here Thursday at 9 p.m. on Pillow with the Tea with Quad, Ash, and Aunyea. And you guys have a great night. Peace.
Bye. Good night.
Bye. Good night.